Yes, I am streaming it. Oh, yes, I am. Why not, right? Good morning, everybody, and good afternoon, good evening on this Thursday. Beautiful day, isn't it? I think. Well, I should keep saying it's a beautiful day because there's no snow. Even though snow can be beautiful just from a distance, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, I thought I would re. I thought I would start playing the Farm Together one today. Just because, like when we did oh goodness, I can get these again. Yay me. There's an event going on, I guess, and it's the aquatic event. And by the way, I'm playing this on my PC, so I don't have any of the event items um, on my PC. I do on my Xbox, but it's been a very, very, very long time since ooh, I can do the fishing thing too. Watch me. 80 diamonds. Okay. So you don't get really a whole heck of a lot, do you? And I want to put a shout out there for Robert. He's one of my subscribers and I think followers. Yeah, on my YouTube and um, my Twitch. And I really appreciate his advice. And you know what? I'm going to follow through with that advice because today, I'm obviously a little broke. And, I never well, I have before in the past. But it's like when you're redoing things, in Farm Together, let's say you just decided, you know what, I'm going to go back and play and, and just kind of rekindle. I'm still trying to go into Auto Tractor. Oh my goodness. And still try to rekindle, the flame that you had for Farm Together. Because I know I did. I mean, I really liked Farm Together one. I mean, Farm Together 2 is a nice game, but but obviously, you'll look at some of the things, and I even put another travel point over here. Yay me. But, I'm finding, I mean, how obviously the difference between the two are uh-oh, I'm going to run out of gas. And so Robert suggested to do, he said, I think he said lettuce and uh, peanuts. So that's what I'm going to do. But before I do that, though, I'm going to go back over here, get some gas because I'm a little low. Yes, I know. And you know what I did? I kind of, um, I mean, I still have the little gas pump. But what I basically did was, um, why is that missing? Wait a minute. That shouldn't be like that. I think it's under here. I must have removed it. I probably did. So now I gotta find it again. Where did I get those from? No, no, no. I don't think it's I think it was this. And thankfully, I did buy all the bundles for this game, like I did for Xbox. Where is it? It's not a. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. That's weird. I always. Well, I must have removed it or something, but that's okay. And really, Robert, I so appreciate your saying, because, I sat there like, really stuck on stupid. It's like, when you look at my icon and over there to the right, there's the gas pump. And then eventually, if you go to somebody else's farm, you can collect energy. But then there's this other thing. If you look at the other menu, it shows you how much money I made, diamonds and ribbons and tickets. So I sat there and I thought to myself, and how in blue blazes do you get tickets? Thank you, Robert. You are a wonderful soul. Um, I know how to get them now because before I, no clue. Well, I forgot. So now how you get tickets, you get them through the houses by via cooking. And I remember the cooking too. I mean, but I honestly, I think it was because, how I forgot is because, when you get used to playing Farm Together too, you kind of tend to forget that, some of the things that you did in Farm Together one in comparison. And the fishing isn't so bad because, like for me, if I stand here and just, hold down on the A button, it'll just keep fishing. Instead of just clicking, you press it down on my A button. That's on my controller. I don't honestly know what it would be for your keyboard and other thingies, but I do know for my controller, I just have to hold down the A, and it gives me a few dollars, which is cool. So, but on my Xbox though, I mean, I I have a pretty decent farm for Farm Together. I actually created two different ones. So now, oh, look at that pretty rainbow. That is really nice. I think I need one more goat. Come on, guys. Give me one more goat and no food. No food. Oh, it's gonna make me give it one food. Okay, that's all you're getting. And I have a quest, I think, for ducks too. Let me see. You know what? I think I need one duck. Um, yes, I need one. I need one goat. Oh, I need 20 ducks. Oh, Hobbit Jade. What is Hobbit Jade? Uh, oh, I already have them down. Okay, I'm good. Let's continue. Let me see. Now I've got the fish done. And forever and a day, I'm not kidding you. It was like when I used to play Farm Together one, I actually felt really silly because when I did play Farm Together one, um, I really didn't know what category, and now I do know. But I mean, I honestly didn't know what category coral was because obviously this is the coral and it's in the water. Um, and so, uh, see, let me see. In the coral, which I did not know, it's under the trees. I had no clue it was under trees, you know? So the drawback about the coral, obviously, is, when you're playing Farm Together 1, the first one, you only get 25. And the same thing with the fish, you only get 25. On the opening screen, I don't have that many days. So maybe I'm gonna pray that I get them. If I don't, I don't. But I only get three more items from finishing up this quest. Will I make it? Who knows? Um, my phone is way over there. Hang on just a second, guys. I just wanna see what the text message is from. Okay, let me see. No, I don't want to do that. Ugh. So, anyways, I had to respond. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, I think on the opening screen it tells you like how many days are left. So I don't know. But I did manage to go to other farms, like, well, actually a couple, um, just for the, I want to call it favor, but I think it's more like energy. Um, and like I said, I'm waiting for one goat, 20 ducks, and Hobbit Jade, which is, oh, I need 50. Um, Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. Weird. Let me go. Let me go over here. Is it gonna take me there? No. Let me see. Oh, because I gotta use the. Oh, okay. There we go. Hobbit Jade is this one. Oh. Okay, so I need. I think it said 50 quest log. Oh. So that's 36, right? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna make another row. At least I have, I want to say at least I have plenty of diamonds. And what I decided to do was to separate the I decided to separate the flowers that just solely give you the diamonds as opposed to the product or what you get from them. That's what I decided to do. What do you mean, what is this? This is Farm Together 1. That's what it be. And how are you doing, Acer? Okay, so that's done, that's done. Oh, and then go over here and see, and I'm kind of slowly but surely trying to get my farm situated because this is going to be a flat farm. So that's what I'm working on. Farm Together 1 does not have auto tractor and all that sort of stuff, and I'm only using the small gas pump. And the thing about that is, oh, did you? You just got home a test. How'd that go for you? Good? So with Farm Together 1, like, I decided to separate. Well, I'm, kind of get it a little better organized. It's unlike Farm Together 2. I mean, it does have, the flat farm thing. Well, actually, no, it does not. I'm sorry, it does not. Those are the features of the game. Like, let me just kind of show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to exit out of the game for a moment and you guys can get a. Do you want to leave current game? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I have 6 days. I hopefully I'll make it. If I don't, oh well. I think that when they started this event, it started like probably I want to say maybe a week ago. So maybe I have a shot at it. I mean, I know back in the days we used to get people's, you know, oh no, there is absolutely no auto tractor. It's, I'll tell you something. In some sense, I mean, even this, the bundles of the DLCs that I remember buying, they were very nice. In comparison to what Farm Together 2 has. And like I said, I'm not bashing the game or anything, but when you take a look at what Farm Together 1 was all about, it had a lot of content. Um, and when I say content, it had a lot of content. Oh, is it extras? Let me go here. Downloadable content. Let's just start with that. Um, and even if you went to, depending on what, if you have if you have console or if you have Steam, um, I mean, like they had the fantasy pack, the polar pack, the wedding pack, candy pack, oregano pack, celery, paella, oxygen, sugarcane, laurel pack, chickpea, mistletoe, jalapeno, ginger pack, wasabi pack, and finally supporters pack. I mean, they had quite a few, um, things to offer, and let me go back to this here customization. Let's say, for example, I mean, they didn't give you a lot of pets in Farm Together too. We had birds and dogs and cats and what were these? Well, that's when you get a higher level. But I mean, you had a really large variety of animals and things to put on them, um, like so. I mean, so there was quite a few things. And I think you could customize the farmer. You know, that's me, of course. But they really had a very large variety of clothing. Um, so I mean, this is the space outfit that we got, and this is from the castle. I'm trying to remember now. See, no, that's not the castle. That's the fantasy one. This is the spacesuit. See, I mean, we have the cyber pack. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any of that in Farm Together, too. Mini skirts, I know, huh? I mean, ooh la la. You know what I'm saying? Ooh la la. And by the way, no, you you don't have the option to make it whatever color you want. There are no options for that. But still, they have a lot of outfits for the entire game, you know. Um and actually and they all came with the bundles. From the Farm Together, DLC. And again, the hairstyles, the faces, the glasses. I mean, they had a really big variety. Do you want to discard changes? Yeah, I do, because I'm not going to use that. Tractors. I mean, again, they were there was quite a variety of those, and again, you couldn't like if you all know, like when you're playing Farm Together 2, for example, you know how you can go down there and you can change the colors and stuff like that. I mean, that's basically the only drawback. But who cares? You see what I'm saying? Who cares? Um, like I think, yeah, they like this one's the spacey one. And anything in purple was always from the DLC. The green, it was an event item. And here's your farm hands. And they change. Of course, I can't see that one because like see where the little star shows you 50 and a star. That just basically means your farm has to be that level 50 to get that one, or 60 and 70. So there's a lot. Oh, and you know what? I want to show you my emote. Oh, wait, go back. Press A to start. And even if you want to create a new one, let's say X will create a new one. This is what I'm talking about. In Farm Together 1, you could not go and flatten your land. You take it for whatever it's worth. Like here, it says default terrain, and it says a little bit of everything. And let me tell you something, you do get a little bit of everything. Um, yeah. So I mean, they come with like the little lakes that you see over here, for example, or here with the bridge crossing. You can't change any of these. Okay. So, like, if you look over here, I'll say mountains, rocks, and muddy slopes. Let me tell you something. It really is. Um, and but the thing is that when you're playing this game, you have to be a little bit more creative. only because you have to know where you're going to put things, because it's unlike Farm Together 2. Farm Together 2, when you reach a certain level, yeah, you have to flatten the land. Oh, and Ace, by the way, thank you very much again, Robert. Did you know that where you get your tickets from, the tickets come from the houses inside when you're cooking and things? Did you know that? Or did you forget? And I'm sitting there waiting forever for to go to step 2 of the house. So now you know. Cuz for the life of me, I'm like, "Oh, I totally forgot." But I totally forgot that. Franny's here. Oh, hey Fran, how you doing today? So anyway, I'm gonna go back to my farm, and I put Dancing with Bears. That's the name I called my farm. Don't ask me why. It was just a whim. Just a whim. So I don't have the big bucks to open this up. Oh, well, I do, but then I'll have to have. Okay, I'll do it. I'm gonna close my eyes. And I have 1 hour to. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I'm sad now because I got no. Okay. Here, you know what? I remembered this emote and I saw it again and I said, oh yeah. Um, the wave. That's pretty common, right? Look at that. Look at that. Do you see what she's doing? Yeah. And then what was the other one I did? Oops. I don't know. None of these are on Farm Together too. None of them. They're just basic stuff. So, and like I said, I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna read. Oh, summertime. See, now I have to pay attention again and run, because now I missed the other one. And see, this is the coral. Yeah, dude. Now that was really. I mean, I love that emote. I think that emote is great. Oops. Okay, so I need 101 of these coral, which I just messed up getting. Oh, how about the fish? What are they doing? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah, give me these fish. And this is the big whopping 25 neons. Boom. And all I need is to get 17 over 25. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's just. But I don't care. And then, you know something? This is the bamboo, literally the bamboo, and I love the bamboo. That's why, like in Farm Together, too. Yeah, they have the bamboo trees, but it's unlike the bamboo they had here. And because I mean, that's what I liked about this one here is that they showed, the bamboo. This one here makes jam. This one here makes. This is for yeah. I don't. And instead of feeding the animals, well, oops. And you know what? I used to call these the M&M trees because these are the honey trees. And again, these came from a DLC. Um, so I use that. So, but I'm sitting here going, I obviously got to put down more flowers. And by the way, in this game too, if you water your plants, the only thing is you yield more. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. I mean, you yield more of whatever it offers. So there's that. Um, and the game is price wise has gone down a great deal. Just to kind of give you a heads up. And I'm supposed to be planting something. I just know it. Quest log. Beans. I did 1 goat. I need I already did that. Okay. Hobbit Jade, I finally got the 72, so we're good. And again, these are all the rewards you get. You get ribbons. So I don't think I'm doing too bad. I could be doing worse, right? So I'm gonna start planting. And yes, I did put down some. I did put down some. Oh, what did I get new? I got a new. Oh no no. This is no. This is wrong, but I love it. This is one of the houses, the pagoda house, and you will be seeing this house in Farm Together too. When the Zen package comes out. But this Zen house, the pagoda house, rather, excuse me, because there's another house similar to this one too. But this house here was originally from Farm Together one. So if you see the Zen pack, you know where it came from. Um, this one's the pirate house, and then there's the Luna base. Now this again, like what they did was they basically squared it off, because when you look at this house here, okay, being that it's the Luna base, well, basically, uh, we had this conversation, right, Ace? But basically, with this Luna base here, in comparison to the one they call the Cyber base, they made it square. That's it. It doesn't. I mean, it does have a little doodads, but this one here, because if you look at it, it's very different. It's very very different. Oh yeah, and I see here's the fantasy house, and it does have a lot of stuff that came with that fantasy house. The add-ons. It came up with some pretty nice things. But now here's where the big bucks come into play. The Viking Longhouse, 50,000. And I actually like the Viking house. It was pretty cool because I'll show you what it came with. Um, uh, I mean, because it did. It was very, very creative. What is? Oh, these are the fox. Okay, foxfire trees. Now wait a minute. Let me get this right. Were the foxfires in the? See, I'm trying to remember if the foxfires was in the space pack. I'll have to. I can't. I think I want to say it did. And oh, what? Oh, and see, there's our turkeys. And the fish. Oh my God. I hope someone can be my friend on Farm Together and give me those fish because they'll make you a lot of money. And I honestly trying to remember the name of that fish, and I can't remember the name of that fish, but I know that it came from a Farm Together thing. Oh, finally oh, 10 ribbons. Oh my gosh. I got to stop spending ribbons. Um I get a swan, and see here's all the things from the carnival, because you get the tent. So here's all the carnival things. Um you know no, they were not a DLC. Um I'll tell you the name of it. Hold on a minute. Um I'm gonna just Google it. Um, the event you're referring to is the fishing contest? No. No, sardines, no, and bass, no. La 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 la. Bass, no. Nope. Let me see. Uh, Sardines and bass, they were just. You do get a submarine. That was pretty cute. Let me see. Farm, buildings, roads. Explore, no. Farm, harvestable. Animals, ponds. Maybe it's in ponds. Fish. Here we go. Oh, great. Narwhals. Narwhal. Narwhal. Those are the ones. And as a matter of fact, it shows a screenshot, which is really lovely because um, there was only like you could put the hammerhead sharks and narwhals together, piranhas and angelfish together, bass and sardines together too, and then the rest were all good to go. Okay, but they were called narwhals. That's what I need to get. Animals. I hope they did. Oh, someone did a great job with this. Hopefully, oh, great. Now, see, one of the things with Farm Together 1, which Farm Together 2 doesn't do, is animals can be combined together to allow for a quicker feeding. And you got to really be careful because I know I over exceeded it on my other farm. But it says a total of 1,000 animals can be, now listen to this very carefully because it says a total of 1,000 animals can be combined together and 12 animals will be fed each feeding action. And it says there's a limit on which animals can be grouped together. Okay? So you gotta be careful on that. Like rabbits are rabbits, they eat alone, but then they have chickens, ducks, turkeys, and peacocks, which eat together. Cows and pigs are separate. Okay, sheeps and goats, horses, donkeys, deer, and alpaca. I never got that. Well, I guess, but deer. Let me tell you, I remember when I was playing when I was playing Farm Together the first time. Yes, I had the horses, donkeys, and alpacas together, but the deers, oh my God, they were pigs. They ate, it cost more to take care of them than it did the other three. So I actually put the deer separate from the horses, donkeys, and alpacas. And then that's it. We got the ostriches, griffins, unicorns, and Easter rabbit. And by the way, you didn't get that many Easter rabbits either. You you really didn't. You didn't get a lot of them, unfortunately. But the only thing that you could get a lot of, providing you had a friend to help you, was you could get someone to, for example, like let's say the quest, like an event said you had to do 400 of, whatever for crop wise. So, a visitor or a friend of yours or whatever could plant the other 400. Okay. And that way you'd have 800 on your farm as opposed to, the four. But you could not plant the 800 yourself. You had to have someone do it for you. That was the only drawback. It's no big deal though. Look at that. Oh, yep, see? Okay, so there's those. What else did I get? A new fence. Wow, let's see. What did I get new? See, this is from the event, the arch and the underwater fence. That's for this current event that I'm in right now. These lights were beautiful. The paper lanterns, they were beautiful. Um, and then again, I'm still waiting to open up the other ones. And then of course they have the lunar soil, which is with the lunar DLC. And then sand. That looks really cool. And I'm because I used to use it around trees and other certain things because some of the trees, I think it was I maybe don't have it yet. Wait a minute. There is one tree that I recall that had the white um sand around it. That's kind of what it looked like. And no, and that one's pretty good too, like the foxfire. But I want to say that this came from the Luna one. I could be wrong. Um, Nope, nope, nope. I gotta wait, I guess. You know what? I don't. There it is. It's the banana tree. Oh, actually, it's not gonna be called the banana tree. This one here is gonna be the coconut tree. So, um, and I believe that this is the only tree in the game that had that white sand around it, which was really cool. Um, and I still think, I hate to say it, but I still think that their banana trees in this game looked a lot better than the banana trees in Farm Together too. I mean, it's kind of like when you look at some of the things, it is what it is and stuff like that. I don't dare put down a griffin. Oh my gosh. And they lay blue eggs, even though they're eggs, you know. So there's that, you know. And I don't know, what event got the flaming horses and, things like that. But I know it wasn't really half bad. I know it wasn't. So there's that. So, sunflowers. I can't get over this, guys. Okay, so in Farm Together 2, right? I actually, just for giggles and laughs, I looked it up. The corn figures, 15 minutes, right? Nope. Corn in this game is 2 days. I was like, what? Are you serious? So it is what it is. Sorry, guys. Um, so there's that. And I think one of the big things, but this is when I had, when I was playing with my friend George from Australia. And basically, what he would do is he would either do the watermelons or the pumpkins, but he would always have something down that would take 2 days because, the time difference was he was always a day ahead of me. So that's why. But I was just amazed. Like the wheat, 1 day. How did we do this, guys? It's beyond me. Um, so there's that. So now I've got to find the lettuce again. And see, that's the thing too. Like down on the bottom, it'll say sort by availability. Uh, the selections are a little bit better on the Farm Together too when you want to, pick something out to plant. There's that. Um, and the lettuce obviously has the standard growth time. Oh, it would help to be in that, right? Okay. So I mean, and I so remember the peppercorn. I mean, if you already know what peppercorn is in Farm Together too, which it doesn't in Farm Together too. But you know what's interesting? Peppercorn in Farm Together here gives you the spice. I mean, and also it gives you diamonds. Because I remember that eventually, you will get the warehouse. I forget what level, but you get the warehouse. But there are items in the game, that you can plant that give you diamonds. You know, they don't have any of that now in Farm Together too. No, I remember the ginger did. See, ginger gives you two. You know, um, sugar cane doesn't give you nothing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's really shocking because I I just looked at it. I just looked at everything, and I don't think no. I don't there. I mean, there's no crop that's really like 2 or 3 days. Absolutely not. There are some in this game here that's 2 or 3 days. Oh, and by the way, there is a flower. The Gerber daisies. Can you imagine Gerber daisies in Farm Together? Okay, were like the number one flower in Farm Together. Why? Because you get a lot of XP and things like that. But on the flip side, you had to wait 7 whole days. Can you imagine? So, when people think in terms of, the poinsettias, the Mars pink ones, or even the gold ones, that's 2 days. And then 2 days and 6 hours, and then 2 days and 2 days and no 2 days, yeah, 2 days and six and 2 days, yeah. So I mean, it's just amazing that you know um, Some people, they tons of the Gerber daisies. You know, the trouble with that though at the time too was the timing. So like let's say for example, either you eat it, and by the way, either you harvest it yourself or somebody would come to your farm, they would never finish the row, and they would only come there long enough to get, their favor, basically, and then leave until, whoever else comes along. But the thing is with the Gerber daisy, either you finish that row off or, you know, you'll have different times for the Gerber daisies. And we're talking over a 7-day period. There was one flower which was called the midnight something or other. No, no. Actually, I think it's related to the tulip ones. But there was one called the midnight something, and off the top of my head, I can't think of the name of, you know, what it's called. Like, see right there that design that looks like the poinsettia, but it's something different. Um, but oh yeah, yep. And some of the flowers are actually made, a little differently, but yeah, yep. So let's do. Well, I know that that's 20, so you know what? I'm going to do the carrots because I can get these in 10. I need to get money. I'm not getting very much. And that's the other thing, too, people. You don't feed the animals food, you feed the animals money. Who knew, right? So, yeah, you feed the animals your gold. You do not feed them any of your uh, crops or any of that. It's just strictly gold. Yeah. So I'm going to put down some corn, carrots rather, excuse me, and I'm going to put down some lettuce because I do need the money. With very little gas. And I nearly fell over when I looked at how much it costs just for getting a bigger gas tank. 25 ribbons. Yeah. And mainly you get ribbons through doing Quest. So, in one sense I think that, Farm Together was a little bit more harder to play. Yep. Yep. When I saw that I was like, are you serious? 25. Oh, come on. See, so they did make it different, obviously in Farm Together too. But the thing is that I think they made it a little bit easier, obviously, for a lot of things. But when you look at the how you had to do things in Farm Together one, I think it taught a lot of people because you got to realize that, oops, you got to realize that, and it's not fully open, by the way. But on the flip side, when you take a good look at this map, you only get one map, you only get one size, and then your farm hands, it's not like you go up and you got to have tickets. Yeah. So it just is, So there's that, and we can't go to we don't go to town. You don't go anywhere but stay on your farm. And one of the things I honestly have to say this is that one of the things that I did learn about this game was this. You well, with the farm together is you you harvest your trees, you plant the low level, crops just so you can have, what you need for gold. I mean, that's how it is. Because that was the only way to make, money. And yet, at the same token, on Farm Together too, you got to put buttloads and buttloads of some animal down, you know, just so you have to go in and put in, you know, so you can get your diamonds and you can get your ribbons, you know. So there are some pretty big, to me, there's a huge difference with that with between the two games. And you know, none can and the thing is, I you know, I do like Farm Together too, don't get me wrong, but there were just some things that I really enjoyed in Farm Together 1. I really enjoyed it. So that's why, like, now I'm sitting here and I'm playing this game. And I've been back on playing for the past few days. You know, oh God, see what just happened? I don't even want to talk about this. This is not up for discussion. Good Lord. I should have stood there and just picked my apples. Don't even say it, Ace. I swear. Don't say it. I know what you're going to say, and I know what you're thinking. Don't even say it. Don't say it. Did I? Oh, okay. Here we go. God. I don't mind. I don't mind. If I run out of gas, I run out of gas. Who cares? And the fishing thing, um, I didn't know you could do this, but I did it. I said, what if I just, because I use a controller. So basically, I was sitting there trying to figure out, I'm like, wait a minute, did I constantly tap the button? And then I realized, I was like, no, I did not. See, now I'm waiting for, this is 14 minutes. Okay. And these are the honey trees. They're expensive too. Good heavens. And I'm trying to remember where these sport palm trees came from. I don't remember if it's from the space one or what tree it comes, but you get mushrooms from them. I know that much. Oh God, hidden the chickens that eat a lot of food, and I'm still wait. What am I waiting? I'm waiting for one goat. Come on. See what I'm saying? They eat a lot. No food. Well, okay. Am I broke again? No. Okay. I'm not broke again. Now, see on the bottom of the fish, this is an angelfish. Now, if you look and see, like you see the little sit that looks like it says ×3. That means I can get 3 pulls out of this. And by the way, there's the gold nuggets. If you look at my screen, it'll say 10 over 90. And I didn't buy that shop yet, but I probably will soon. And in this case, too, it's like, I could put another barn down, but I'm not going to do that. It's that house, and I think it's 15,000 for another hit. I think it's 15,000. And there is my true gnome. If you wait a minute, let me get this out of the way. Oh, hello, madam. How you doing? Spore tree with some oxygen pack. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really sure. I mean, because we got so much stuff. In all honesty, I think in a way, some of the things we got some really good goodies. We got a lot of goodies in Farm Together 1. We did. We got a lot of goodies. and I can't complain. I was actually on somebody else's farm today, and um, they had the one tree that literally I could not stand. I didn't like it because, and I think it gave you mushrooms too. Um, it was just very awkward. Okay, I'll describe it because let me see. Um, See, like I said, anything in the purple zone is gonna be from all the packs. But now you can't miss this tree. It's so ugly. No. Oh, I think that's one of the spice trees. No, wait, wait. I gotta find it now. I know I don't have it yet. It better not be. These were weird. They had some really carob tree. Those were really some weird trees. And look at this. They 5,000 for a tree. I mean, wow. Um, and then they had rubber trees. I don't know. Trying to find it. It's a tree. Yeah, there it is. There is that tree. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I do believe that this gives you, yeah, the foxfire gives you mushrooms. Yes, they do. Um, and you know what's silly about that is I got those foxfire trees right away, and then I'm like, okay, so now what am I supposed to do with them because there's you can't cash in on them. So I'm sitting there going, and uh, when it comes to my shops, I mean, it's like, yeah. Let me see. um, so like for example, you get your stand, but I didn't get that right away. I think the first ones were like your vegetables, pretty basic. Oh yeah, and see, these are the houses. That was actually one of my favorite houses too. The stone house. Um, and then the dairy, and then they have a wine one which is kind of big too. Um, then they have the red silo. Now, basically, what it does is it increases your wheat storage. Okay, up to 100. It's kind of like a I don't know add-on kind of thing. And then they have the grape juice, and then they have the fruit press, which gives you the jam. Silos again, it's for basically for your storage. The bakery, I like the bakery. The bakery was kind of cute, so. But again, it uses wheat. The nut stand, which uses the peanuts. Then you get your milk stand for cows, flowers. Oh, the shadowed withered tree. Let me see. Oh, see this one right here. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the name of this tree. But this is the tree it's literally withered away. And then it's got a log at the bottom. And I think that one gives you mushrooms. I'm pretty sure that gives you, because you got to remember, we never had the mine. So where did the mushrooms come from? So, yeah, yeah. Oh, and the cactus, that was another one. I'm glad that in Farm Together too, they kind of straightened it out. But the cactus tree was a pain in the neck because every time you would do a row of cactus, for me anyways, I'd get stuck. So I wasn't crazy about that. And then there was I'm trying to look at that other one. But oh, this tree was wild. They called the I forget the name of this tree, but this tree was pretty wild. It was like a palm tree kind of thing. Yeah. See, they had a lot of stuff in this game that gave you diamonds. That did give you diamonds. I have to, yeah, they did. Um, yeah. See, I'm just, because like I'm looking back, tuna. Ooh, the prices are incredibly crazy. Let me see, one, two, three, and what I just started to do now was, you know what? All the plants that are diamonds, I just put them in one spot. I think this is a feeder. Yeah. And of course, you get your point of interest or your AKA teleport. Um, that's another log cabin. Wait a minute. There was one, this girl, she did a beautiful job. There was one, she set it up like a spooky house. It was really great. Um, hmm. That's the castle. That's that. I want to call it like the Greek house or something because it's water inside. Well, not inside the house, just inside that little entryway. You can see water in there. It's kind of weird looking, but it is. And there's the tent for the circus. And this is the barber shop. But now I think you get cloth from something. I think. I know, huh? Today we're going to play Guess What That Is game. Trivia. And you can't cheat either. That is. See, we're getting. Okay. We're getting this one right here. See the pagoda? The pagoda is going to be coming with. That's going to be in the Zen pack. The pagoda. That was what Soy was working on like a week or so ago. So that's going to be part of the deal. Um, I actually really like the Luna base. I mean, better than the Farm Together one, the Cyber one. I mean, because at least this one here, it's created totally different. The Cyber one is just, like I said, it's just a square box. That's it. That's all she wrote. And I'm trying to figure out what this one is. Castle. That's, I don't know, Greek house, I want to say. Tent. Circus tent. Because, by the way, as you level up, you get better items. And there's your little farmhand. He's not enclosed in anything. He's just outside. Now, see, these are the things as you get big. As you get higher up. Um. Ah, that is the newsstand. So, like, you know how you go into town, guys, and you um go over there to get get like the 4 quests. This is the same thing. This is the newsstand. And this here, now see, if you look at that, this is actually one of them does vegetables. I know that much, but this one here is one. It's like an upgrade, whereas you can do your vegetables in this. And if you notice, there's a truck with a little table on the end. So what Soy did was, with the trucks that are in Farm Together too, he just basically cut that side off and just put that truck in Farm Together too. That's what he did. And this is the big one for the peanuts. I think eggs. Oh yeah, this is Ace's favorite one, the chicken with the eggs. I don't know what that one is. Well, yeah, I know. Oh, let me see. It is kind of interesting because, like, if you haven't played Farm Together in a long time, and then you're looking at these, I think that's the bread one or something. I don't know. Oh, and there's the big farm, the big barn. Excuse me, big barn. And oh Lord, I remember having wall-to-wall barns on my farms. And you get that what at a level? Where did I? Okay, you get that at level 28. I think that's like way too soon, way too late. Um, that's the wine thing. Hi and welcome back.
Thanks.
Um, flowers? Yeah, dead giveaway, right, guys? um, now there's a mailbox. Those are mushrooms. Mushrooms. I have yet to figure this one out. Um, I really have. I have no idea what it does. I'd probably have to hop on my Xbox and look and go, oh, yeah, that's what that is. Now, these I know, I'm not exactly sure what they're called in the game now because, it's been so long, but these are the ones that people used to, like, there was, for the fish and the flowers and all of that. It would increase, I think, what you yielded and stuff like that, but they had those around. The only drawback about those was, yeah, you go over there and you pay out, but you also had, it also used, I think, certain items that you put on your farm. This one here is, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. And to think, I played Farm Together and you guys played Farm Together, right? You should be throwing those answers out there immediately. Uh, I know, there's a glare I can't see. I have no idea what that is. I give up. Oh, I have no idea what that is either. That looks like the farm here is. No, no, it can't be. This one here looks a little. I have no idea. What the heck is that? I don't know what the answer is. I'm not sure. Like, if you. Ah, okay. Wait a minute. This. Wait a minute. Where is it? Wait, let me get to it again. I. No, that I know what that one is. Um. Maybe it is up here again. No, it can't be. Wait a minute. No, 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 no. This is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, here it. No. Oh, okay, yeah, the average. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see it again. It's some gaudy looking. I have no idea thing. I know what that is. This is. I have no idea what that is. I want to say it would look like a gas pump kind of thing, but I could be wrong. I can barely. No, 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 no. Oh, and of course, the oil. Now, did they have just one, or did they have two oil refineries? Because this one here, even though you can't see it, I have to wait until I'm level 65. Oh my gosh, my farm. Excuse me, my farm has to be level 65. This is the big oil refinery. Um. Wow. Did we actually make levels like that? Of course we did. Yeah, see, that's what I kind of wonder is like, how many did we. There's my worker. Okay, that's I'm trying to find it. Wait a minute, is it? And that's oh. This is another truck. It's so well, it is. What they did was on this one on Farm Together is they cut the doors off, but they made it more rounded. This is the milk one. They had a milk truck. Yeah, milk truck. So I mean, good Lord, they had so much stuff. Um, what's not ready? I'm killing myself over here. No, I was seriously sitting there debating, should I? Oh, I'm gonna get those fish, guys. Hold on. Oh, and it's spring. You know what that means, don't you? Oh my God. Oh, neon tetras. Okay, I'm getting close. Yeah, baby. Um. Oh, where did I put them again? Oh, there they are. So these ones here are the corals. I swear, I never knew these was under. They would. I did not know that these were under trees. I always thought that these were. I have no idea. Because the thing is, when you delete the corals, when you delete these event items, they're gone. You don't get them back until you do the event again. That was the only drawback, because, I used to tell people, if I put these on your farm and you decide to recycle your farm or whatever, those are going to go bye-bye. Houses are totally different, obviously. But when you decide that you want to, when you're playing and everything, but let's say you want to give them up, these things look really good. These are these, not the bamboo. I do like the bamboo though. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Uh-oh, where is it? I think it's over here. Where's my little buddy? Oh, I know I saw it. Ah, there he is. There's my little buddy. Yep. Good morning, Maya. This is my little buddy. Crap. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put him right here. My little buddy. See, there's my little buddy. I love him. I think he was cute in the game. And then what I used to do is, see, this is the bamboo, right? So what I used to do is I used to surround it with bamboo and hide him in the bamboo. Okay, how are my animals doing over here? When are they going to be? No food. 20 minutes. You're only going to get 20 minutes worth of food, guys. Sorry. Okay, what is this? Oh. Oh, yes, I get to finally finish them. Yay. Why someone give me something silly? Okay, so I don't think I need any more ducks. I have to check. Oh, I need 20 ducks. Okay, so I need 20 ducks. I'll give you a little bit of food. Hey, you two, and thank you so much for being here, madam. It's greatly appreciated, Um, let me see. My ducks. 5 minutes. Ooh, okay. So let's see what the other quest is before I go crazy here. Um, 3 Pause unlimited. The ducks is what I need. Okay, we got that. We got the mints. Bow ties. Oh, God. Okay, we got those flowers down. So I'm going to pin this one because it does. I haven't worked on it. Oh, my gosh. Now it needs 108 lettuce. Hobbit J. Hobbit shade I already have down, so I'm not worried about that. What I'm not gonna go. I don't think I. Well, I think I do. I want to get more gas because I know I'm gonna run out. Wow. Oh, okay. So, like, if I went to some, like I said, if I went to somebody's farm, I would earn what you call, I guess, favor. I should just put the corn down, huh? Yep. Oh, not corn, I mean carrots. Okay, so I can do the carrots. This is where you kill yourself and you run out of gas, because I don't have 25 ribbons. But as soon as I get 25 ribbons, I'm going to take care of it. Boy, would people be screaming on Farm Together too if they had to use use gold to feed their animals and not crops. Wow. They'd be screaming, I need gold. And like I said, you don't get any mines in here. You don't get any of that. It's just straight out. But, it makes you kind of sort of appreciate this game because, and it ran, for a long time, had some really nice bundles to it and stuff. But yeah. Okay, run out of gas anytime soon. I have another field across the way too, and that's got, I think I have watermelons over there. Let's go up here. Yeah, and there was this little thing, I think it was a glitch because they probably fixed it. But there was a little glitch, and I was trying it last night to see if it still worked. It doesn't work. So they must have fixed it. Probably a lot of people complained. What did I tell you? Story of my life. I don't really care right now. I'm just going to do this. Because when I get these, I'll have to replant them anyways, which is what I'm going to do. Really? You never played it, Maya? Wow. I don't know about Xbox, but I know it's a lot cheaper now on Steam. And I'm assuming it's going to be a lot cheaper on Xbox as well because it's an older game. This one here has been out for quite some time, quite a few years. And I actually even bought the bundles for them. And don't ask me. I mean, I don't even remember when I bought them, because I remember when I bought this game for Steam, it did have a really good deal on the bundles because there's quite a few. So what I ended up doing was I just grabbed them all, but it was they put them all in a bundle, so I grabbed them all. Yeah. Oh, everything's getting full. Yep. Let me see. Let me go over here and get some gas. Why not? Right while I'm waiting. So you are spoiled with auto tractor, Maya. See, because there's no auto tractor in this game. It's straight up. You do this, and for every action you have to do, you have to do it again. Like if you, you have to go back and plow it. So that's how that works. Yeah. And there's one of the houses. That's, oh, 6 minutes. I guess you know what I'll do is I'll wait and see fishing. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I enjoyed the game. I did. Um, Absolutely enjoyed it. And I'll tell you something. It's because you only get one map. You don't go to town. You don't do any of the above. You don't have, you know what I mean? It's just a basic game, straight out basic. And the thing is, I think it teaches you, other than patience, but I think it teaches you how to make a good farm, how to do a good setup. I mean, I think that's what it basically teaches you. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Let me tell you something. You know what they did have, and it made no sense to me, rhyme or reason. I can't even see them now. Oh, I can see them, but hold on a second. You see this thing? Literally, it's a it's like a clam or some kind of a thing. Okay? It does not move in your game. It just sits there like a blob. I mean, so whenever I used to have to, when I put those down on my farm, my other farms, I would keep them, together because that literally they didn't swim. They just sat there like a blob, and they were very boring. Honestly, they were very boring. I didn't care for them, so. But I suppose, I mean, I guess, clams don't move and the mussels don't really move. They sit there like a blob. Um, I'll show you one of my favorite items. One of my favorite items is I love this one in the game. That was that one there. See, you can't see it really, but here's the little dragon guy. I love this dragon guy. I think he's great. Um, and I think this one here. Let me see. And then they have cannons too, by the way. Um, Let me show you something. So when you walk up to this, and by the way, you don't have a choice of color. But check this out, Maya. You like dragons? Watch this. He blows fire. Isn't that awesome? He blows fire. I love it. And I don't think that came with the Pirate House. I think that came with the fantasy one. Because I'm looking at the color, and it looks more like, it came from the fantasy as opposed to the Viking. The Viking had the boats and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. And we also had I'm pretty see it doesn't show you over there like where it came from. Like this one here, I believe came from the ski lodge one, even though it was probably called something else. But they had all kinds of balls and little toy rides. You want to make a park, a rocket that does take off, by the way. Um, I think I want to say this did something. I could be wrong. Um, but this one here was kind of cute too. Um, when you step up to it and you hit A, boom, just confetti. Yeah. And what else was there? This is a forever burning light. This one here is called Roman Fire Pit. I mean, it was always lit. Um, See, and the difference too is, which was interesting, was all these fountains, you could sit on them. The fountains that they have now, Absolutely cannot. And these are the circus tents because they have a circus house in there. But I never understood this one here. It just says wooden viewpoint. It's literally it's just like a wooden thing. That's it. I never used it in the game. And here's some of your gold ones. I never used them. Oh, and Ace, I forgot to tell you that oh, that's the circus. That's what I'm saying. That's the circus. All this stuff right here. Oh, with the no, not that one. Lion tent. Yeah, circus. These I think were for the castle, but and then we had this one here, the swan boat. Pretty neat. Um, but yeah, they had some really neat stuff. And but I understand. I mean, obviously, it would make sense because what they'd be doing is copying every single thing from Farm Together One, and and I hate to say it, but some of them are not going to look all that great on Farm Together Two. They're just not. They're not going to be the same. And if they want to, and if they're making a new, fresh game, then you know they have to put the new stuff in. They can't just, they can, but when they start using the old stuff, um, there's sort of no originality in that. There isn't any. But yeah, as it is, see, there's the carousel. Oh, this one here, by the way, if you hit the little button, when you hit it, like you hit A, that little bell, it goes up. And these things move. If you kick it, it goes back and stuff. Um, and I used to love putting those in because when people would do the trees and whatnot, I would always put some little thing in there. This one here, wait a minute, I don't curling. Yes, this one here. Wait a minute. Okay, you see how that circle is? It's got the blue and the red. Well, what someone did was they put something in the middle, like a game thing, right in the middle of it. So that way, and it looked like like they were playing a game or something like that. But it was really pretty neat what they did. Um, and I know that you would definitely like these, but I'm not getting to it yet. Um, there it is. My farm has to be level 25 to get that, and that's the Zen floor. Or pardon me, it's not the Zen floor. It's probably the pagoda one. So, but the pagoda is the one that right now, this one here for 150 diamonds, that is the one that Soy was working on like about a week ago or so. He was working on that. So there's that. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to take these fish. Oh, come on. I need two more. Gosh. And yeah, see? I knew you would. I knew you would. They do have some very nice things in the game. They do. See, so I don't like I said, um you play on a PC or a laptop or something, right? So yeah, take a look and see how much it is in Steam because I know it's a heck of a lot cheaper now than what it was before, and the bundles they offer are way cheaper, way cheaper than they were before. Yeah, and it is I mean, like I said, there's a big difference between, in a sense, there's a big difference between both of those games. There really is. But then there's like the sameness. Like, I mean, I already see it. It's almost like when you see the zebras, they sound like donkeys. Um, all they are is just donkeys. And we will be getting flaming horses, sadly. Well, not sadly, we will be getting flaming horses, but the flaming horses in this game are literally gonna look like horses flaming. Okay, I mean they did a really, really, really good job. Um, and from what I seen for the flaming horses that's gonna be placed in Farm Together too, they're gonna be donkeys. However they do the flames, I I don't know. I don't know. And Maya, if you like Christmas, they have a lot of Christmas stuff too. They have a DLC for Christmas. No, I'm sorry. They have a really nice lot of stuff for the Christmas holiday. They do. They have some really nice things. So, I mean, I just kind of think, when I look at this game and then I kind of look at what, Farm Together has, this game, in a sense, has a lot more content. It does. But maybe that's because it's been around for a long time. I don't know. Okay, so I got to do lettuce again. I already did that. Oh, and those aren't ready for another 4 minutes. Okay, so I can do these. I am gradually putting sprinklers down. A new WoW game? Yeah, you know something. If the Lord lets me be here, there's a new game that's coming out in 2027. Um, Let me just take a peek, guys. I want to just see because, okay, so there won't be anything until another. Okay, let me just tell you what it is. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do, um, and, I mean, yeah, I like certain games, but why can't I find it? Oh, okay. Oh, because it's right there in front of me. Duh. I'm going to go to my library. They had lots of updates today too for different games today. View. Where's my wish list? Oh, okay. Let's look at my wish list and I'll tell you the name of the game. Please put it on there. I want to see the entire wish list. Oh, okay. Here's my wish list. No, I gotta see it. Store. Right there. Okay. Against the Storm. They got a demo. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. The game. They better put it in there. And I was looking at the lagoons thing, but it's called Lose Lagoon. I guess it's having problems, so I wouldn't play it. Um, the one I was looking at, I love this game, but anyways, it's called Final Fantasy VII. It's a remake. Um, Icarus, single player game. Um, Factory Town there. Solar Frozen Ship. There's a game, by the way, guys. It's called Baby Steps. Interesting. Uh Early access. The Lantern of the Laughless Saint. No Place Like Home. I want to find the one. Snowed Under. Blackwake. Exodus. I was kind of, but that's not until next year in April. So if the Lord is willing, So let me be here. I'd be happy. So I think so they're gonna obviously keep WoW. I mean WoW's been around for a bazillion years too. I kind of gave up on playing it because it was just well at the time, and it's not to sound like I'm whining, but the thing is, sometimes when you want to do some of the raids and things like that, they expect you to be one way, and you're like, are you serious? And I don't know, it's like I like to just play my game. I like to enjoy it, and that's it. And I'm sure a lot of you are like that. You like to play your game, and that's it. Um, Unless, you have some friends that and they know you, and you have your setup the way you do, and you work well together. That's what counts. But when you get into a raid or something like that with people you don't know, that's when you gotta get a little leery because they're apt to kick you because they might look at what you're wearing, they might look at how you're set up or whatever, and they might say, "No, do you have this? Do you have that?" And they might just kick you. They just might. And I've had people kick me from a group too. But then you can remain hidden so they can't see what you're doing. My worst and bad experience was really I want no, it wasn't WoW. Or maybe it was. I think it was WoW. Wasn't it that they have a limitation? Like you could play it for free until level 20, and then afterwards, um, I think there was a little catch to that. You could play it up to level 20, and I think there was something, but yeah. And yeah, and I remembered paying, and I stopped because they went up. The prices were just. I used to have a subscription, but I said, why am I paying this? Because I really kind of stopped playing for quite a long time, so I stopped. I stopped playing. And especially at the time too, I noticed that they went up to like 125 bucks for the year, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't need to spend $125 a year, even though they say, okay, we'll give you this free and that free. Nothing's, it's like, yeah, it's not really free because you're getting my $125. Oh, 58 minutes. See, there are some things that it doesn't tell you, like, oh, I forgot. I got my little eggs here. Oh, well, you enjoy your coffee too while you're at it. Get it. I gotta make mine. Okay. How many you get? 1 hour and 12 minutes. That's all you're getting. You're getting one scoop of food, just like I give to shotgun. One scoop. No food. Yeah, well, stop eating all that food. That's what you get for having pigs. They eat everything. They want your money. I gotta check on these. See, this is gonna be and I should start doing it, but this is gonna be 17 hours. See, I don't want to put sprinklers on them yet. I've got those things got a long way to go. But basically, what I did was like I put all my long term um, items together. It made it a lot simpler and easy to use. Oh, and I put a travel thing over there. So why am I not traveling? There we go. Okay. So now I'm over here traveling, and I know I got to do the hobbits. Perfect. Ooh. And I have these here. I don't think there's a quest for these, but who cares? Because these things here, which is so sweet, is they give you these ones here are the ones that give you diamonds, but a lot of these came from the DLC as well. This one's 36 minutes. Come on. And if you water them, no, it doesn't make them grow any faster. It just is what it is. So what do I need? I need one more trout. Come on. Okay, so I don't have to worry about those. These are my apples. I think this is where you learn to love your trees because they're different seasons. But the thing is, it's in a sense, it's a good, well, other than resource, it's also a good for XP. It's good for getting getting a little gold. You don't get a whole heck of a lot of it, but you know what? When you ain't got it, go to your trees. You know, and that's my thing. It's like that's like my go-to, and I would tell my friends, well, I can't, I don't have enough of this, and I don't have enough of that. Did you? And I would tell them, go and harvest your trees. And I think, I want to say the limit. Well, I mean, you could put as many trees down as you want, but I used to put a limit of 72 trees down. That was it. I don't think I went 99. Maybe I might have on my Xbox, but when you have a limited amount, that's when it gets, obviously a little tricky and you have to be conscious of what you're doing. I can't believe I got all these flowers and I can't do anything with them. Oh, okay. And well, I'll do that too. So see, now I'm gonna go. Oh, I swear to God, they did these to make them look like M&M trees, because that's what they look like. They look like M&M trees. Did I get anything new for quest? Lettuce. Okay, one trout. Hobbit jade. Oh, mint. I did that. So I'm waiting for the ducks. And one trout. One lousy truck. A duck. Go figure. And I haven't seen. No. Oh, no. Well, what does it say now? 1 minute? Oh, 1 minute. Oh, I am not going to feed them. $58. See, there's a little ticker just like to the right side of the cow. And it shows you how much coin it needs to put the food in. And yeah, I know I could put the feeders in. I haven't done that yet. But at least I know, like these ones here, the pigs will be ready in 11 minutes. The chickens have no food, but they'll be ready in, come on, 24 minutes, you know? So, I mean, I only put one thing down for them, and that's it. I will not give them anything more or less. Um, and let me see my map. Oh, those are ready up there. Those are just, well, yeah, see, those aren't ready. These aren't ready, but that's okay. I don't mind running over here to the trees because obviously, again, I'm going to get, more money. And I only have 2 travel places now. Uh-oh. This is the only drawback I don't like, is that when you are harvesting your trees, you got to find that second one to do all. Oh, I screwed that one up. Yep, I have an extra one left. Oh, why did it do that? I know why. And of course, I got to go back here. Some things are a little pricey, with the exception of like apples are cheap, so they're good. Okay. And nope, you don't prestige anything in this game. Not a thing. You don't have to prestige anything. Yeah, I'm going to run out of gas too on this one. Nope. Wow. Shocking, isn't it? Okay. Oh, no, I will definitely run out of gas on that one. And I ain't going to have that happen. Nope. 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 What am I doing? I'm looking for. I'm trying to find that middle area. Um, see, there's only 36 of these. There. There's that. Okay, so now we're all set with this. Um, hmm. Oh, by the way, when you're doing the vegetable stand, you know, I can farm together one. It's like a minute, you know. Um, which is good, I guess. 8,000. I'm always going over here for the gas, so I don't run out. Let me see if I have carrots available to me. I can't get over this 2-day thing. I really can't. Now, the eggplant on Farm Together 2 is 12 hours. Look at that, 3 hours onions, 6 hours for grapes. That's not too bad. 1 hour for spice or sugar cane. And again, this is another diamond planter, the ginger. They had quite a few. They did have quite a few. I have to give them that. They did. Okay, so being that I can plant more carrots, I'm going to do so. Not bad. And see, what's nice is how I have them here. And when I look at the time, oops, 9 minutes, which is nice. And actually, I think, no, not the, we'll see. Actually, yeah, less time. Okay, so we'll do carrots again. It's a lot of clicking, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of clicking. There is. Okay. Oops. Go over here. Oh, because it's not watered. That's right. I'm like, why does that look like that? Okay, now I know why. Okay. So we get that down to make a few bucks. And I don't water them. No, I don't. I don't go back and water them. Because again, it's like anything else. Like Farm Together too, it does use gas when you water them, so I don't bother. I'm gonna run out. Nope. Well, pretty darn close to it. But that's okay. I'm still waiting for what? One fish, one duck. That's all I want. Come on, baby. Yes. Oh man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take the one duck. Oh, I can't take the one duck. Oh, you dirty dog. Well, let's go over here for a moment. What is it? I think that was 20. Yep. I need 5 more ducks. And I think these guys down here can give me the 5. 15 minutes, not bad. And I don't need... Okay, so I just need the 1 trout, 5 ducks, and the hobbit jade. See, I'm not gonna bother with the goats. I'm just gonna let them sit there. If and when they're ready to feed, then I'll just go and do them, instead of like I want them to catch up to one another. There. Okay, let's see my trout and I don't think so. What the heck is that? Wait a minute. Why is that red? Oh. Okay, so those are barns. Yay! Finally. Ew. Oh, I will show you this because even though this is going to be like the fishing area, so I'll show you. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, because I did this before and it actually looks good and it comes out good. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fish here, okay, and then I'm going to put a road because these animals are going to be moved around over on this side. But what I plan on doing is, and it doesn't really take up a lot of space. Um, so I'm going to put a little road in between. I'm going to actually put more fish than what I got now down. But then when I open up this here, I'm gonna have to extend it because then I'm gonna put more fish up in here. And like I said, and it's gonna look pretty good. So when I'm done with that, there's that. The diamonds flowers type flowers, I'm gonna just put them down here. Um, and with the regular ones, I'm not really sure. Not really sure how I want to do that. Okay, so did it give me a new quest to do? Yeah, of course it did. Horror Jade. Mint. Oh, God. Quest log. What do I get for doing that? Oh, and by the way, if you discard, like, like a quest, um, you have to wait about, what the heck is this? Oh, that's from like, okay. If you discard a quest, you have to wait 24 hours to get another one to pick up another one. Just so you know. Well, if you play Farm Together. What Farm Together 2 is, when you discard a quest, it just gives you another one. That's all it does. Oh, I got something new. Oh, yeah. A yellow duck. Oh, a duckling. Yeah. Um, so let's see when the mint will be ready. This is quite amazing. If you look here, this is a strawberry. Um, and the thing I found funny about the strawberry was I goes, oh my goodness, look at that. It's got 2 seasons, summer and fall. Whereas in Farm Together 2, it only has 1 season. And I do not see so far, I don't remember, but I don't see anything else. This one's here is what, spring. Okay, so now I gotta wait like a season, but that's okay. Okay. I like how the barns do light up. I'm gonna go make some coffee, guys, because I know that there's none made. So give me like a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, hang in there. So how'd it go with Joe? I am back. So anyway, pretty sad. We lost one of our, well, actually three in the week. Um, but as some of you know, Dolly Parton. She passed away at age of 80 years old, and I'm kind of betting it was probably some type of cancer because I know she was very sick. Past few months. So we lost a great. But she's up there at the pearly gates and inside, and she be singing with them angels. That's what she be doing. But yep, she was one of the greats, and she was a very, very giving person. She did a lot of donations. Donate $1 million here and $1 million there. Um, I'm not exactly sure where, but I do know that out in Ohio, there's a library in her name. Hmm. So she helps out a lot of people, including kids, to help them with reading, things like that. Just amazing woman. Very amazing. She was a special lady. She really was. Come on. I mean, and I respect a person's privacy, so they kind of were, you know, keeping it hush hush. But you know what? She deserves that to be, left alone. Not left alone, but, have some respect and dignity. And that's what it's really all about. Because that's why I want to say a prayer today. Um, I want to put some prayers out there for those who need them, whether you need them or not. I want to put them prayers out there for you. Um, because it is important, to know that somebody's out there praying for you. And I know sometimes you all can go through some rough times, and you kind of feel like it's not going to end. But it's not the matter of whether it's going to end or not. It's just that you know I think one of the big things, not that it's new to me, but one of the things that life has taught me is that there are a lot of things in life that you have to go through and learn. Sometimes you have to learn it on your own. And if you're blessed with having those to support you through it, then that is the greatest gift you could ever have. But I have seen that, where sometimes, you just kind of waiting, and you want things to just kind of end and get through. And it could be any kind of a situation that you're in. And sometimes, you know what, you need to have that. Sometimes you need to have that experience of going through it. Um, because everything in your life is like, that you go through in some sense is like you're learning. And that's what it is. It's what you're learning in life. And sometimes things can be hard, sometimes things can be, whereas you have to accept them. It's kind of like when people say, well, it is what it is. It is, it's, but with the support, you don't have to do things alone. So there's that. And like I said, I wanted to put those prayers up for people because, you guys really need them. But I want to put some prayers up for the caretakers, especially because they, I've said this obviously a million times, they put their heart on their sleeves, and I'm always thankful for that. And I know that the families or whoever you're taking care of, they know, you know what I mean? They know. Um, but I want to put some prayers up for them and thank them for, what they do for people that need help. And it's really appreciative. And you are blessed. It's as simple as that. You are blessed. Um, and I'm not ignoring the fact that, well, we have the other people, the first responders. Well, the thing is, and I forgot about the dignity and respect that caretakers do too. Well, the thing about that is that when you go to the hospital, the doctors or something like that, the first thing is, especially if they need to do X-rays or something, or you have to get examined. They ask you to give you a Johnny. They say, here, you got to put this on so you can go down and get your X-rays or whatever done. And in that sense, you're not losing any dignity or respect. You're actually getting it back. And there's that. And first responders, basically what they do is they take care of you, they get you stable, until you're ready to go home or wherever your journey takes you. And like I said, they do a great job. Your doctors and everything else, they do a great job. But when it's times to going home or something like that or a facility, you do need, you do have those caretakers that will take care of you and put your mind at ease. There's that. So, you know, um, that's where I want my prayers to go to those that need them and don't, and also especially to caretakers because they definitely need them. They definitely need them. They're the most kindest, lovingest person you ever want to meet, and you know, they are what they are. 26 minutes on my thing. Okay, and thank you, people, for praying with me. Or maybe you guys pray later. I don't know. But, I'd like to keep those prayers for, those that need them. And I like to put my prayers out there every single day. Every single day. See, now that's got X's on them. Why do those have X's on them? What does that mean? I'm slowly building the house. I mean, I know it doesn't mean that. Oh, it just means they got to get watered. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, those are the. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are the carrots that are waiting, and I'm gonna wait for them. I can't do anything with the mint yet. But at least it's keeping me afloat. Yep. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I'm starting this farm from scratch. Unbelievable. But that's okay. I have winter. Let's see. Hmm. So wait a minute. When? It's a tree, right? Okay. Spring. That's the only thing that drives me crazy is to look up there and see there's no timer. Hmm. So I've got 6 minutes, right? Oh. 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 I unlocked something. Hey. So after that is the chair, right? Now, is that in my. Nope. I think. Do you want to leave the game? Yeah. Customize? Yep. you get one of, where is he? There he is. See, I'll show you. Pretty cute, you know. And again, when you're playing Farm Together 1, you don't have the option to, do you want to discard the changes? Yes, I do. The one thing, too, Ace and I were talking a little bit about is up here, you know, if you're playing Farm Together 1 or just wanting, thinking about it or whatever. Um, any one of these outfits, like when you pick one, and let's say you pick it, right? And you hit X, you can save it. And, you know, and it doesn't have any colors, but you know what? Who cares? I really don't care. Oops, press start, resume. I'm always hitting the back button. But there's that. So, I mean, y'all can see that, you know, it's like you can see that, you know, it's pretty basic. You know, I mean, it's not, you know, but I do like the fact that that I kind of feel like it has a lot more things. I kind of think it does. I'm not feeding you. Okay. Oh, I think I needed these ducks, didn't I? Yep. Oh gosh, black peppercorn. Oh me, oh my. And I need the mint. Oh, I have to. Oh wait, I think I can still do it. Hold on a minute. No. They won't. Oh, I keep doing this. What? Wait a minute, there's a quest for this? Mint, yeah, I know about. Okay, I'm gonna pin this. I know that, yeah, see? Spring, summer, summer. Oh, 500. How many of those do I need? Well, we're waiting for lettuce, right? So you know what? I'll just do the lettuce. So, okay. By the way, I made these rows in increments of 54 because it's easier for the sprinklers to go down. Here we go. And I'm still waiting to put the mint. What is the mint? Spring. Okay. Oh goodness. Spring. And that, okay, so red goji berries. Okay, revert back to this here. Do some fish. Okay. So, oh, those are ready. Yay. You know, the only drawback is you'd have to. It doesn't show the purple things like it does in Farm Together too. You know, like when it's ready, it turns purple. That's the only thing. So you have to kind of like judge where to go. Did it come up with another quest? It probably did. And you're only limited to putting one quest in at a time, by the way. Oh, spring. So that means. Okay. Um. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Okay, so we're gonna try the mint. Yeah, the mint first. Oh, I think I'm broke already. Yep. Oh, I hate that. I'm broke. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, spring means this is ready though, and summer. And oh, those pigs are ready too. I think these are an hour. I'm gonna double check this again. No, 8 minutes. Okay. When are the chickens gonna be ready? No, not anymore. And basically, when they, when they, yeah, I forget what year it was, but I do know that basically, they kind of like said we're not gonna, do anything more. And as far as I know, I have not seen any updates. But the only new stuff is what you see as far as bundles are concerned. Um, and I don't even think that they have the same like developers or team. It's a small team that works on Farm Together too. I'm sure that they're different people from the ones that originally did Farm Together 1. So yeah, I don't see them putting any more new stuff in this game because when they made an announcement, I think that they just said, we're done, and you know, that was that. So yeah, but I definitely know that they're not gonna put any more add-ons and stuff. No. And basically, what they're doing is they're taking certain things from this game and then making it their own on Farm Together too. That's basically what they're doing. You know, I don't see them taking everything from Farm Together 1 because what would be the point? But they are taking a lot of stuff there. They're copying a lot of stuff from Farm Together 1 and putting it into Farm Together 2 because I mean it's kind of clear that the developer that did the work on Farm Together 1 is a different one than Soy. Ooh, wait a minute. What is that? Oh, my lettuce. Okay. 1.40. And the mint is 1. Well, I have to stick with the mint then. How many mints was it? 30. Yeah. I'm not gonna have enough. I got those flowers up there all set. And those are trees, so we'll go get some trees. Yeah. Oh, no, we will not. Not when you're with that kind of gas. No. Yes. I'm not going to water them because they don't need the water. But I need to do these trees to get a few dollars. Okay. You know, I think some of the trees on Farm Together too a little bit more transparent. Because as you move into these trees, they're a little bit more. You know, they aren't as transparent. You have to do them. And you can't. And the other thing you can't do is if you have a house built like I obviously do over here, you cannot. You can't travel to that house either. Sad. Let me see. I could give this a little water because it will speed it up. I'm terrible because see that like this year is not it's not harvested. Excuse me, it's not plowed. Yeah, some people, if you go to another person's farm, even if it's on Farm Together too, you really should just, you know, if you're harvesting or whatever, just harvest and then replant. And it does, and obviously when you're an auto tractor, it does everything all at once for you. You don't have to worry about it ever again. But in this game, you have to like harvest, then plow it, and then replant if it'll let you in this game, if it allows you to. Well, the one I want to play is coming out in 2027. Um, there's a couple of them, but I'm gonna try the demo first before I do anything with it. But there look like a couple of new games that just recently came out. So what I'm going to plan on doing is I'm going to plan on maybe playing the demos and seeing how good or bad, they are. Because I played one demo, and the thing I wasn't impressed with, because I don't really like using my keyboard all the time, and so far it doesn't look like it uses a controller unless I can do the override that Steam does. That's fine. So there are some cute little games out there. Oh, I think we said Saturday. Um, just to let you guys know, and I will put it up on my channel, for my schedule. Um, there's going to be 2 days out of the week that I will be scheduling. I will put in that Ace and I will be doing, and you're more than welcome to join us. By the way, um, we're going to be streaming 8. Nope, 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 nope. 12 midnight my time, Eastern Standard Time, and then Ace is 8 o'clock, 8 or 9. So, and it's going to be yes together collaborating the game and things like that. So that way, we can play the game. Um, he started a whole totally new farm, so we're going to be playing on that, and then hopefully things will work out. I mean, yeah, and I know they will because we'll just have fun. He enjoys watching me run out of gas. I don't even have to try. I just run out of gas. But that's okay. He's got the wonderful news that we have like oh god, I'm running out of money again. So the beauty of this is that you know um when we're cooperating and stuff like that, um you know we're brushing up on our farm together thing. But at least I'll be doing a farm together um at nighttime. I'm doing this during the day because I want to kind of, I want to try to get some of the event items and have those. I have no clue what the events are, so it's kind of like step by step. So there's that. And I will eventually open this entire farm, but not right now. Because I want to plan on where I want them to go, where I want things to go, where I want them to be. Um, because I do know that when played Farm Together before, like I had the animals set up so that way, like I had said earlier, about some animals will go together fine, some other animals don't. I'm gonna keep my fish separated all across the board. I'm not gonna, put like two fish together and not, know what they are. And I thought, would it be ideal to do like a fish farm like I have done on Farm Together too? It is ideal, but the problem is you're talking about space. So I have to be careful in that category. Um, because if I have 100 of each fish, let's say for example, or 99, then it's just only going to go, to that 99 mark, and that's it. Because I do know that if I put them out as in twos, it's just probably going to be a pain in the neck, and it does obviously because you on Farm Together 1, you have a limited amount of space on your farm. And even if you look, um, which I was like looking at today, I was like, oh yeah. So like if you look at the tippity top of this map, there is nothing that shows you the center of the map. Nothing. Um, I sort of know where it is because Farm Together 2, its original map, it was the same size as this. It's the original, the original map was this. The workers don't have, they don't have, how can I put it? They don't have the 24 by 24. I don't even know what the parameters are. I know they're not, I'm pretty sure they're not 17s either. Neon Tetras, yay. So now I gotta wait another 38 minutes for that. Fine. See, in that sense, and I know I don't have a lot of trees up, but in that sense, um, if you have trees up, absolutely go farm them because that's how that's another way of making your money is just doing the trees like that. What is that? Um, what is? Are those? Oh, okay. These flowers are ready. Ooh, hopefully I got something new. Let me look at the map for a minute, making sure everything is good. Okay, so now I can look and see what I got new. Another tree, of course. Oh, what is this? Oh, a passion fruit vine. Yeah, we need those. Oh, another cow. Oh my gosh. The price of this guy, 6,000. Yeah. Flower. Oh, these are nice flowers. Those ones there. So as you can see, there's a lot of them that are kind of basically long term, 1 day, 12 hours. Um, and there's that. And now I've got to work on opening them. I got to do those fish again because they're ready. Oops. Oh no, the fish aren't ready. It's the other things that are ready. These things. My little honey trees. Look at that. It's just one away. Oh, that's going to drive me cuckoo. Uh, yeah, I suppose I can do the apples again. But I'm going to cut this short, only because I have a few things I need to get done today before it gets too late for me on my end. But I do appreciate your being here, for sure. And thank you so very much for being here and watching and, helping me out, guys. I appreciate it because, I just do appreciate it. I appreciate that help. Just do. And hopefully the next time, I might go back. Well, I have to go and stream Farm Together too, anyways, because I need to clean it up. Now, today's being Thursday. Tomorrow I will do Farm Together too. Um, so I'm going to try to set up a little schedule just so you guys can kind of like get a little bit of both. But then again, if I change a game, like, um, to a game that's either a demo, that I bought or something, then yeah. But because that's what I'm doing too, is I'm searching for other games that are a little bit playable and that are nice to play. Um, I mean, it's not that I'm trying to phase away from Farm Together 2. I just want to kind of change it up a little bit. Um, but I do enjoy doing the Farm Together one, the original. I mean, because I know a lot of people are still playing. Yeah, see, well, you and Ace are kind of like what, like in the same area, well, on the same time zone, which is great. So, whereas I'm on the East Coast time zone, um, I just have to stay up a little late, which is fine with me. I just make sure I have my coffee beside me and I'm good to go. Um, So, but the other night we did I think we did a really good job. I mean, it was like, I know for me anyways, I really had no clue what the heck I was doing because it's been that long since I've been playing Farm Together. So I've been playing it, like this past week, when I can. I swap over to Farm Together too, and I have this dilemma now, and I know that BB Joe said she would help me with it, which would be great. Um, because one of the things that I am doing with Farm Together too is, even though you all know it's been an event farm every time, so I'm gonna keep the corn where the corn is. Okay, good. And then I'm gonna keep the corn where the corn is, and then I think there's the row with the herbs. I am not ever, ever, never, ever touching those. But then after that row of stuff, then there's 16,000, yes, I said 16, over 16,000 kitty Tinkerbells. The thing is, I have to farm them. And hopefully, I will leave it public. If people come to get rid of them for me and help me with it, that'd be great. If not, I'll do it myself. I don't, it's not a big deal. But then I have zebras, um, right after the kitty Tinkerbells, and again over 16,000 zebras. So I'm gonna plan on maybe keeping like 2,000 zebras, and then I don't want to put flowers there. I mean, because just from my own past experience, nobody really, does anything with them. So what I might do is put some other animal there that I'm trying to level up, maybe, depending how many rows I get. But I think that's the avenue I'm going to take is just to put some, flowers, I mean, excuse me, put some more animals down. I don't need to put trees down, just animals. And I don't think I want a donkey farm, absolutely not. But I'd rather put something down that, that needs to get leveled up. And again, if people don't want to do it, that's okay. I mean, when my farm's open to the public and I'm AFK or whatever, it's kind of like it's AFK. And pretty much, I know a lot of you when you have come to my farm in the past, it's mainly for the favor. I'm going to try to set it up in a way where you can get your favor, you can get your XP and stuff like that. Um, so we'll just see. You know what I mean? We'll punt and kick and see what goes, what works and what doesn't. Just because my main farm, if I was to remove all those event items out of there, and I know you guys have seen it, it will be bare. It will have nothing. So I'd rather have put something there that kind of helps out the players that come to my farm, for whatever they need. So guys, thank you so very much, and I do love my lurkers, definitely do. Maya, I want to tell you something. If you've seen some of the houses and things like that they have in Farm Together 1, Maya, you would fall in love. Because in comparison to, I hate to say it so bluntly, but in comparison to Farm Together 2, the houses in Farm Together 1, I kind of felt like were really much better and much a little bit more creative. Because if you compare the cyber house to the Luna house, the Luna's got it going on. The fantasy house, the same thing. So there's a lot of, when you weigh the pros and cons, there's a lot of nice houses that they have in Farm Together 1. A lot of them. They're really, really nice. Well, yeah, Otto is always going to, win, but on the flip side, if you ever notice, I always use the word conservative. I play conservatively, right? So when I say that, I had learned to play conservatively from Farm Together 1. That's where I learned how to adjust things because, again, and you can work on a flatland, that you can do that. But the thing is, realistically, the thing is, when you are playing in Farm Together 1, you have one land just one. And you have X amount of, spots where you can put things. And so you kind of have to sit there and be very conservative of what you put down. It's not like you can put down 1,000 of these or, 500 of those. Nope, 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 nope. You have to be more conservative um, in putting things down. And yes, you can still decorate, absolutely. But I want to say that if you haven't played Farm Together one, you should give it a try simply because it can help you, especially if you're stuck with this big huge farm when all these other farms. Farm Together one can help you learn a strategy and learn how to do things in a much more conservative way. See, I mean, that's how I look at Farm Together one. I think it's more of a strategy, and it's just how you play it, because you go, oh yeah, I only have this much space and that's it. you know so it is what it is. And here's the other thing. See, because Ace had to remind me. I'm standing there, I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go over and feed the chickens, right? He goes, and he's like, you got to pay them money. I'm like, what? So that's the other flip side. See, you learn to play conservatively. You really do. And strategically, you really do. Um, because you do not feed the animals anything but your gold coins. That's all, you know. So when you're feeding them or whatever you're doing, okay, that's where, and I think I stuck with 72. I think that's what I did. I'd have to look at my other farm to see, but I am pretty sure it was 72. And I think it was maybe 72 of my trees all on one farm. And I think I did pretty good. And I think the maximum is 250. Your level was 250. That was it. The animals, the same thing. That was it. You know, one of my friends that had his farm open for ever and a day, he had a beautiful setup. And then what he would do is he would have one section of his farm with, I forget how many animals, but the only reason why he would put animals in one section um, was to level up those animals to 250. And he would change them out every so often. He would change them out, you know? And so that's where that was. But he had a really, really good setup. And also on Farm Together 1 in comparison to Farm Together 2, um, ducks and chickens and ducks, chickens and turkeys, for example, all eat the same food. Therefore, if you had your ducks, chickens, and turkeys like close together and you had the gates open or not or no fences open or no fences there at all, you could feed one group of chickens, for example, and it's going to feed them all across the board. All those animals, okay? Straight across the board. And, there was that. So, but they don't do that on Farm Together. You have to feed them individually, whatever you have to feed them. But you're also feeding Farm Together 1 animals all with your coin. So you learn how to make a lot of gold and ribbons, no, excuse me, and diamonds. And that's where it's at. You learn how to make those things in a conservative way. And but very seriously, I mean, I do plan on, continuing to play the Farm Together, because I think it would help people, especially um, see it from a different perspective when you're playing Farm Together too. See, that's why, I'm not level 1,000, and uh, I don't have over nine or 10,000 hours put in because that's, and I hope you will understand that concept of what that means. It doesn't mean I'm like you when if somebody's playing for 9,000 hours, you just left your game on, or any game at that matter. It's all it means. Doesn't mean anything more or less. It's like you don't even deserve a medal for that. I have played Farm Together, and I was actually telling Ace, I played Farm Together too when it first came out. We're talking back almost over 2 years ago. And guess what? I only have over 5,300 hours in there. And then someone just strolls in last year in June of 2025 and says, I put in 9,000 hours. Um, I played. See, and honestly, I'm being very honest. Um, That's if if you're playing if you've got your if you're saying you're playing for 9,000 hours, right? When you break it down, that's over a year's time. So my guess is you've left that game on for 9,000 hours. Really? Or were you time jumping? I'm just saying. And you can do it on your consoles. That's all I'm saying. But when you flip it back to Steam and you do time jumping, that's how you accumulate your 9,000 hours. Because a lot of my friends know, and a lot of my people that come to my farm during events, my event farms have been on 24/7, and I'm still at 5,300 hours that game has been on while I go watch TV with my cat or I go eat dinner or something. So, there's that, you know. And so I honestly just, but that's like when see people brag about that, I'm like, yeah, and what have you been doing for 9,000 hours? Why is it like that? I question it. I really do question that. So, but I think you should try. And also, by the way, Franny, just FYI, people can actually give you things like, houses, on Farm Together 1. Let's say you don't want to buy the bundles, and let's just say you just want to play straight up Farm Together 1, okay? Not a problem. Because there are people like me or Ace that, we can pop on, go to your farm, and give you, if providing you have the diamonds or whatever it requires, and we could put houses up on your farm, whether you buy the bundles or not. We can do that. Piece of cake. And I've done it a bazillion times. And the thing is, I've told people, with the exception of, um, with Farm Together, let's say Farm Together, if I give you houses, let's say, later on down the line that, you want to delete your farm. Well, what's going to happen is you will not lose your houses. You will not lose anything inside the houses, but anything on the outside of your land, including anything that's an event item, it's going to be gone unless someone comes in and you know, gives you what you need. Really? Oh, $60? Oh, okay. That's actually not too bad. I see. I don't have PlayStation, but that's not too bad. I don't know what they charge on Xbox either, but it's probably not too bad because you figure now what Steam charges $25 for the original game. Yeah, it's like $25, and then obviously they charge like anywhere from $4 to $5 for their DLCs. But I'll tell you something, and I'd be more than happy to show it to. Um, I think in a sense, and again, it's not to bash Farm Together 2. I think in a sense, Farm Together 1 had it going. I mean, that they generated a lot of people playing that game. You just woke up again, huh, Ace? Go back to sleep. Just kidding. But no, I think Farm Together 1, I mean, perfect example. Look at the animals Farm Together has and Farm Together 2 has. Farm Together 1 has more. And Farm Together 2 has been out for over 2 years. And the only animals you have on Farm Together 2 is a dog or a cat. Farm Together 1 has a lot more than just dogs and cats. They have birds, they have little sea dragons, sea dogs or whatever you call them. But I mean, this is what I'm trying to point out. They really, really, put a lot of stuff into Farm Together one. They absolutely did, and they did overall, they did a great job. Um, and whoever the artist was, the designer that did all those things, he did a fabulous job. Because again, if you look and see some of the things that we have in Farm Together 2, and that they took it from Farm Together 1, Farm Together 1, some of the designs were a little bit better. But each artist has their own signature, so they do their own thing. You know, it doesn't make it good or bad, it just means everybody does it differently. Um, we will be getting what they call the Pagoda House, which came from Farm Together One, and um, and I know that Maya, you'll love the house. And then there's going to be another like Japanese style house as well, and hopefully they'll put that in Farm Together too. If they don't, they don't. You know, but that's the huge difference between those two games is that the is what the content that they have. But again, Farm Together was around for a long time, and they worked diligently on that game, and it ran great. You know, um, and there was a lot of content from the DLCs. I mean, a griffin, those are beautiful. Um, Ostriches, reindeer, things like that. Which I'm sure that they most likely may never put them in Farm Together too. Why? Because they want to keep those games separate, which I understand. They want to make Farm Together 2 look like, obviously a different game, and put their own stuff in there. Um Soy, he streams. I I he streams, and I know that if you go to Switch, he doesn't stream every day. It's like once in a while he does. But if you type in his name, his full name, let me just double check something here. He if you look up, oops, no, well, I'll do it this way. I don't know. If you go and it's oh, let me see. Um, okay, let me see. It's gonna be soy uno. If crap. See, I have to look it up. Um, Wait a minute. I'm being an idiot. Give me a moment. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. No, I won't go that way. See, I'm doing 15,000 things over here at once. Um, if you see now, I'm not seeing it. More. Huh. Yeah, it's soy. See, I can't see the full name anymore like I did earlier today. But if you type in soy, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to see that. I'm almost positive. But we can always. Yeah, his streams is definitely on Twitch. Definitely. But it's SOY, he's kind of a bald-headed guy. So, yeah, it is there. Yeah. Yeah. And it shows him designing, like the different things in the game. Um and again, like he's doing these flaming horses that are kind of like AKA donkeys in disguise. But I mean, that's what he's doing. So um I mean, it's just all of that. But you know what I'll do? I will put his link into our Discord, and then you'll see it. Because I don't have the link either, so there's that. But anyways, I must go. And again, guys, you take care, and I hope you. I mean, I wanted to say God bless you all, and thank you so very much. I love my lurkers, you know that, and all my fans, of course. But I hope you all have a blessed day. I really do, for sure. So you all take care. Love you guys. Bye bye.